Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Dimes and a Token. I am one of your hosts, Brucknasty. And in this particular episode, we got to sit down with an awesome fucking dude by the name of Brendan Kelly, also known as the American Ninja. He is a 4 or 5 time ultimate ninja warrior, which was honestly insane to see some of the highlights that he was able to do. Just the athleticism in this guy is off the charts. So we met him before the next day he was actually going to do a boxing match. He is a participant in Barstool Sports and some other boxing leagues, and he was actually fighting for his 7th belt, which was absolutely insane. So he gave us a little bit of time the night before his fight. We sat down in front of the pool right in front of his hotel that he had. Such an awesome dude, truly inspirational, unbelievable stories, unbelievable things that he's overcome. He runs and operates his own gym now as well. Just an all-time unbelievable human being. I know we all hear some really big come-up stories and we hear some really motivational shit. Take a listen to this guy. He's off the charts. He's wild as shit. He's funny. He's fucking motivational as all get out. I mean, the whole hour and 20 minutes that we were sitting with him, we just couldn't help but get fucking juiced up and jacked up by the end of it. So I know you guys are absolutely going to love it. Make sure you guys go in, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, go down there, press subscribe. Leave a comment. Remember, at the end of every single episode, we have our Spice of the Week. We want to know what is your Spice of the Week. So be sure to go in there, comment your Spice of the Week. And without further ado, here's our episode with the American Ninja.
You look fucking amazing.
You look however you feel like you look. Like
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I felt good. I was feeling real great, especially with the pink shirt rocking, dude, because we had we came out with a Mother's line or a Mother's Day line for our merch, and one of them was "Your mom is my cardio," and then I think this one is "I left my other shirt at your mom's house."
I like that. Yeah.
I felt very classy.
I didn't know if you went to the Barbie movie tonight or not.
No, did not. But
so we went and saw Oppenheimer tonight, and like that was the thing. Yeah, I have to like, but you could obviously tell who was there for the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
And hot pink. Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
see, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. It's good stuff, dude. So, thank you so much for coming on.
There,
what?
You got Brewski open right there, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
See?
I'm already doing this. So,
Prepare.
when we dive in, bro, what is our drink of the pod, brother?
drink of the night. You know, I gotta stay hydrated and everything. So, Michelob Ultra. So light beer. I found out as well because I water loading and stuff for fights. You have to. I drink 2 gallons of water 5 days out, 4 days out, 3 days out, 2 days out, 1 day out. I cut all water intake out so I can lose the weight I need easily and actively. But one time I was like, I wonder how much water percentage light beer is. Well, realistically, all you do is minus the alcohol percent, and it's all water. Yeah. So this is 96% water. So therefore, I'm hydrating, and it's not like so. It's like I'm still getting my water intake, and then I get 95 calories with it or whatever. So it's like, okay, that's not
beautiful.
bad. Yeah, exactly, and it's refreshing.
It's refreshing, baby.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
and it's not heavy. It's not heavy. You know, tastes water-ish, but it gets the job done.
That's fantastic, bro. So, let's kick it off, dude. Tell us where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Lexington, Kentucky. So in Kentucky, there's basically 2 main cities. You have Louisville and Lexington. Lexington's kind of like the central city. Everything's ran through it. I-75, E64 run through it. So we're like the hub of Kentucky. It's also known as like the horse capital of the world. Keeneland's there.
Yeah.
It's a real pretty city, but it's big enough to do whatever you want to do and small enough that you don't put it with big city crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like our traffic's not bad and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's a lot like Lakeland where I live.
Okay.
Fucking without the horses.
Yeah.
But fuck it. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Henry Clay. We were the Blue Devils.
There you go.
Go Blue Devils.
Did you play sports all through school?
Yeah. So in high school, I did wrestling, football, and track. I finished with football and track. Then in college,
Keep going.
I played football and track as well. That's how I ran into no, Nick in college, he was our. What'd you start out at? Like, because you grew into your position, right?
I did, man. I started out, I actually was a player.
Yeah. Okay.
For a
See.
little
Yeah. That's why I was like, you didn't just start out as it. Yeah.
And then some injuries happened, but I wanted to stay, with the team, and our coaches gave me the opportunity to come on and, do the. They start you out small because they want you to prove yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
And so you're doing the.
I will.
Right. I will. Who will? You do the water boy stuff, and then they kind of like handed over the reins of the equipment managing, and
they groom you.
Stuff.
They groom you to take the equipment management load over.
Oh, yes.
Dude, ironically, dude, when I was finishing my master's degree, because I played ball for 4 years, right? And when I was doing my MBA, that's the role that I took on as a graduate assistant. So I took on as like an assistant coach, and I was an equipment guy. That fucking job sucked, bro.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it sucked.
Well,
dude.
it matters. It literally matters your team that you're on, the environment of the team, the culture of the team. Like if you're on a winning team and that is like a team, it's a fun job. If you're on a team that sucks and everyone doesn't treat you he got treated well as a manager. Like everyone, I don't know anyone that didn't treat him with respect.
Yeah.
And that's but like
Dude, it was either respect or it was Coach Collins putting fear in the
yeah.
Okay?
It was both of them. But like when I played at UK first too, I mean like everyone you learn how the game is done. So like same thing in Ninja Warrior, like, okay, it's cool to be friends with the face of people, like the people that are like but realistically you want to be friends with all the behind the scene people, because those are the ones that are going to remember your name.
Yes.
Those are the ones that are going to put you in positions. Those are the ones that are going to be like, hey, what about this? Or they're, they could be in charge of even making you look good. Yeah. Like, so you learn all throughout things of how things work. And then you have to then formulate the best plan at that point. So like with Ninja Warrior, with Barstool, like RoughnRowdy and fighting and everything like that, like I try to make friends with all the social media people that run the company and stuff, because the big name people are there and they're in and out. Like you get maybe 30 seconds with them tops.
Yeah.
But the other people are the ones that you're going to be involved with over and over and over and the most.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I couldn't agree with you more, because that was one thing that was pretty dope. I had awesome player interaction. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And but I digress. So obviously you guys went to the same college and stuff. So you played ball for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
What did you do right out of college?
So out of college, I try to fit in the real world. I try to go through like a managerial process. So I mean, like I graduated with a degree in fitness and sports management. So when you get out, I applied for a bunch of jobs, like managerial jobs and stuff, because everything, which is hilarious, everything when you get to college and you want to do a managerial job, it's like, oh, you need 2 years of experience. It's like, okay. And you go to apply, now, oh, you need 2 years of experience. Oh, you need 2 years of experience. It's like, where'd I get the 2 years of experience if no one's going to be able to give me 2 years of experience?
The equal problem of the world.
So like, I was made to be in a society like I was made for a society without computers, in the sense of like, on the older days, like 20 years, 30 years ago plus, you used to go to interviews and used to win the job over. Like I'm the best position. Yeah. Why? Because I'm going to outwork everyone, and because I'm going to do what is needed to do to become the best position. Nowadays, you have like computer screenings that like, oh, you do not qualify because you don't have this piece. It's like, wait, what? Like, I don't even get an interview now? Like, a chance? Like, you're not giving me an opportunity? That doesn't even make any sense.
Answer these 5 questions.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta get through a computer process before I can even talk to somebody.
So now, what you're saying is corporate America sucks.
Yeah. So I,
absolutely.
Yeah, for real. So I tried to do that for a while. Then I became the GM of a 21 up co-ed sports league where you could drink while you play. Which was really fun. I started leading that. The owner of it, I was significantly smarter than, so I started doing my own things too. I grew his business to a level that I had never been before, made it the most successful it had been. But he was still trying to get me to do minuscule things, and he didn't care for things I was doing, even though I made those. So I started in processes trying to make my own company that was going to eventually compete against his, but I wasn't going to launch it because I had no compete. I was going to have my parent, my dad and my brother launch it while I had the no compete for a year. Well, then COVID went on and stuff, so I just started serving for a while at some high end restaurants, and then from there, serving is a great job. You get to meet a lot of people. You get to meet a lot of clientele. You get to meet a lot of people that you make connections with, especially if you work in a high up place, because those are all people that like they go there to. They're specifically going there to enjoy the atmosphere and stuff. Like they're paying $200 for a 2-person meal, and stuff like that. So therefore, if they were just hungry, they'd go eat wherever they want. They're going there for the entertainment. They're going to be
for the
experience and stuff. So you start meeting all these people. You start finding how they're successful. If anything you want to do in life, someone's done it before. So therefore, all you got to do is find out how someone's done it, and then you either better them or you make it your own. Yeah. You have to have a niche of what you're good at. So then I had an idea to create my own Ninja Warrior gym for about 3 to 5 years. I never had any money. It's hard to find people that with money and stuff like that too, if you don't know people with money. Well, eventually I just pulled the plug and did it all on my own. And I had like $6,000 at the time, and like the building for the down payment was like $5,000. I said, all right, I get 3 months free rent to get my stuff in and get the money. I said, I'll make it happen. Well, that was in November of 2019. My goal date was to like have my grand opening in March of 2020.
Yeah.
Well, the whole world shut down in March of 2020.
Yes. Zero doubt.
So I got completely screwed over in that sense.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I almost lost everything. I got to the point of where I started intermittent fasting before it was a fad.
Yeah.
Because I only had money to eat 1 meal a day.
Holy shit.
I wouldn't eat till about like 2 to 3 every day, and then I would just eat like 1 fast meal a day, like like a Wendy's like $5 baggie kind of thing, or like I get all my calories. Yeah, it is what it is.
So when that happened, walk me through like what's your mindset like? Are you in panic mode, or are you like?
Well, no, that's a really cool thing. It's like, and this is how I've known I've always been different and stuff. I at any point in my life, I've never had doubt. Like I've never had self-doubt. No matter what I was going for. But part of that's because of the way I was raised and the backing I've had growing up and stuff. Like if I want to go for something, all right, let's do it. How do we figure it out? How do we go? How do we do it? That wasn't, oh no, don't do that's too hard, or no, like, that's challenging, or this, all right, well, let's do it. Yeah. Okay. So at the end of the day, everything I've ever wanted, I just did. And I remember in this process of like when so literally this has happened to me in the amount of 3 month span while I'm going through all this crap. I was so poor. My car got repoed. Thor, Thor was my dog yeah. He died on Thanksgiving morning, like 2 weeks later.
Oh shit.
My girlfriend that I was seeing at that time, we'd broke up. She like cheated on me and stuff too. And then I missed my first rent payment for the gym, and they started the eviction process. And this was literally in the matter of 2 months. I'm talking to my dad about it. Yeah. I'm talking to my dad about it, and he's like, man, if you could sing, you'd write one hell of a country song right now. I'm like, your dog, your girl, your car, your house,
Holy shit, dude.
Woe is you. But at the end of the day, like I was telling you earlier, like you can always find someone that is in a significantly worse situation than you that made it. So what's your excuse?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like it was a horrible situation to be in, but I can only control what I can control, right?
Yeah.
So throughout the entire process, there was only 1 or 2 nights where I actually felt all of it. And I was like, I felt the anxiety. I felt the stress. I felt like going to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep. And I was like, I woke up this morning. I'm like, is this what normal people feel? I'm like, this is horrible. I'm like, for real. I'm like, this is absolutely horrible. Like, I don't know how y'all do this.
All
like,
of you average people, Jesus.
All right, for real. But like,
what are we talking about?
Yeah, I was like, no wonder there's some people have some problems. Like, I'm like, that's a horrible feeling. I would never want to feel that way again.
Yes.
And so, I became I tell people now, I'm like, I became a cockroach. I survived. Cockroaches are they survive a nuclear, like whatever, like the people. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, all I had to do was survive. Like, my idea was brilliant in the sense of my gym. My idea was right. It showed it worked because I was almost able to, at that point, while all that was going on, I was able to still make enough money to almost stay alive. Well, I got a little help from random people and stuff, and like, it's really cool too. Like, I'm a big person of faith, and I had numerous people come in my gym that never met me before, or things like that. And then they would, like, one person came in my gym, like, they saw me, like, man, like, there's something, like, can I pray over you? Like, can I bless this gym? Numerous people. And then I had one lady that just messaged me, was like, hey, like, I don't know what it was, but God laid this on me. Like, can I give you $1,000? Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to say no to that, brother.
Yeah, exactly. And so I learned as well through church and other stuff too, like a lot of people have humility and don't want to take a helping hand or something, like, oh, I can do that. I don't need this. And it's like, if you're denying someone an opportunity to bless someone, you're denying them a blessing from God as well. Because, like, when you bless someone, God's going to bless you and stuff too. It is what it is. Like, but like, if you are, well, I don't need that. Well, then you just gave that, you outed that person. You outed that person, their opportunity to get something and to grow, to receive the benefits of what they may have been called to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, that's insane. So what were the next steps? Like, what were the steps you took and climbed out of the situation you were in?
So that was the last big obstacle that got thrown in my life. But every obstacle that's in your life is there for a reason. It gives you an opportunity to grow, gives you an opportunity to gain new skills, gives you an opportunity to have fortitude and the opportunity to, like, most people want to take the easy road because it's easy. But the hard road is there to forge you. It's there to build you. It's there to make you who you are. If you constantly face the easy road, that's easy. Like, of course, it is what it is then. But the real winners and champions are made when they meet that fork in the road and they have to make a decision. Am I going to keep going? Or is this where I lay down and say this isn't for me? Like, I'm not a quitter. Like, my dad gave me plenty of outs. He's like, hey, listen, like, I know you're not a failure. Like, we know this works. Yeah. Like
it's just the worst time ever.
Worst world timing ever. Like, like, you're not a failure. I'm like, oh, I know I'm not a failure. I'm still not gonna fail. It is what it is. Like, like, that's fine. Like, I'm still not giving up. I'm still not, like, I'm gonna do it. So at first I became like kind of a daycare, and I said, hey, anyone who wants to drop their kids off with me, like $75 a day, $250 for the whole week. I'll take care of your kids, do all this. Then I started fighting. Like, that's how I got into fighting.
Yeah.
So I would not be a fighter today if my gym didn't get to the point to where I had to fight to keep it alive. Then I got the opportunity to go on Barstool Sports for the RoughnRowdy. They came to Lexington. Someone tagged me and it was like, as a joke, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Let's ride.
Yeah. I was
Let's
like,
go.
Yeah. And then I found out about Barstool and everything, and I was like,
there you go. Let it out, brother.
Yeah. About Barstool and everything, and I'm like, oh,
those 96 calories.
Yeah. At that time, they had like 9 million followers on IG, and I'm like, dang, all right. Well, if they got this many followers, I'm going to do something crazy.
Yeah.
And so in my first fight ever in front of 7,000 people in my hometown, I did a backflip in the middle of my fight, and that's kind of what just launched my career.
You did that Fortnite backflip.
In my next fight, I did
Holy
the Fortnite
shit.
one. Yeah,
really?
Pull that shit
I did flipping sexy after I won. I knocked the dude out, and then I flipped and landed on the mat in flipping sexy pose. But that's the thing, is like, at the end of the day, I'm not scared to go after things or fail. Like, I'd rather, so many people are like, so what happens if you fall on your face when you try this backflip? I'm like, well, I'll go on a fails reel for a while or something like that. But what happens when I land it?
That's gonna blast out, brother.
That's the real thing. Like, most people are gonna look at the possibilities of what could go wrong, right? Yeah. I'm only on why am I doing this? what are the positive part? Like, I'm doing this to kick some dude's ass. I'm doing this to make myself look good. I'm doing this to shine. I'm doing this to give myself an opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go full force. Was that one of the scariest moments of my life? Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I flipped in the first 10 seconds of the fight because all I could think about was when I'm gonna flip, here it is. And then I did it. I hit the guy on the ropes, turned around, did a backflip, landed. The guy was like, he was frozen.
Yeah.
And then I landed and just start punching again. And it was hilarious. The announcers of that part was probably one of the funniest things because everyone was just shell shocked.
Really?
Who were the announcers of that fight?
Dave Portnoy and Big Cat. So both big name guys from Barstool Sports. Dave Portnoy's the pizza review guy. Big Cat,
El Presidente.
Yeah, El Presidente. Yeah, and Big Cat is like the number 2 man there. I don't know exactly what he does. Pardon My Cheesesteak and some other podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, pardon my take.
Yeah.
That's what it is for sure. Yeah. Dude, that's incredible. So we interrupt this podcast to bring you Sunterra Solar Solutions, a leading edge solar company committed to making sure they provide a phenomenal experience to its customers. Going solar was one of the best decisions that I ever made. Not only did they provide me a no-hassle experience, it didn't feel like a sales experience. It felt like an amazing person-to-person having a conversation on whether solar was going to be right for me. I was fortunate enough to not only lower my monthly energy cost, but they gave me an option to be able to create a stabilized monthly bill that I could prepare around. I qualified for a new customer incentive that put cash in my hand after installation, as well as I qualified for a tax credit at the end of that same year after I had it installed. All in all, not only was it the best decision I ever made, I lowered my monthly energy costs, I stabilized my bill, I put a ton of cash in hand. It felt like I got paid to go solar. And my most favorite part that I haven't even mentioned, it eliminated my exposure to future increasing rates from the utility companies. So if you think going solar is the right thing for you, by all means, hit us up in our DMs. We can connect you with a sales associate today. And now back to the episode. So this is how you get hooked into fighting for RoughnRowdy, right? Now, take me through that career that you've started now, because obviously that automatically people are going to come up to you and be like, bro, you got to come back no matter what, right? So mission accomplished. Boom, done.
I mean,
So
let's blast out the accolades real quick.
Oh, yeah. List them out, brother.
You've got five-time Ninja Warrior.
All right, yeah. So 5-time American Ninja Warrior. I was a 3-time collegiate All-American in football and track. So I'm the only person in history to be All-American in football in the half mile because it's so diverse.
Yeah.
There's been people that are All-American in football and All-American in track, but they're most likely either sprinters or like jumpers or something explosivity.
Yes, exactly.
A professional bodybuilder. I've broken 2 Guinness World Records, and then I've won 6. Tomorrow will be my 7th belt I win within the last just fiscal year.
You know what I love?
Confidence,
Yeah, the amount of confidence you exude right now. Just say like tomorrow I'm getting my 7th belt.
You know,
zero.
Well, that's the thing is
love it.
Any true winner, any true champion, like I'm not going to this fight to lose. I didn't sign up anything other than to beat this dude's ass. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, it's plain and simple, right?
Yes.
Like when people are like, oh, and I get a lot of people that are like, oh, I love how you said you're gonna win. I'm like, well, yeah, fuck yeah. Why
else would you be there?
Why? Yeah. Why?
Yes.
I'm not here to let some other dude kick my ass. No, get out of here. So like, but the other thing is, I've put in the work required to have that exuberance of confidence and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing is, consistent results creates confidence. Most people today have a show up feel like they deserve it just because they show up.
Entitlement.
Entitlement, yes, correct.
Dude, we've hit that topic so many times.
And so that's the thing is like, okay, that's fine. I'm better than you because I outworked you. I outgrinded you. You know, like there's a reason I'm this good.
Say that again.
Yes, correct. I'm the best because I outworked you. It's simple. It's simple. So like in this world, it's a very simple process. So it's, if you can remember the acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid, it will make you very successful in life. Because at the end of the day, anything you want in life, it doesn't matter what it is. You want to be a great parent, you want to be a great husband, you want to be financially successful, you want to be a great athlete. It requires effort, and your level of effort will equal your level of results. So that's the thing. Is like, I just put more effort than most people. Like, both my world records were effort-based things that I was good at. Again, I did track. So my first world record was the world's fastest mile ran backwards. So I ran a mile forwards in 4:08. That's pretty damn fast, right? Okay. Well, I looked up Guinness World Record for world's fastest mile. At that time, it was like right under 6. And I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
And so all I did was just replicate the stuff I did forward, but backwards. And it took me 6 months. And I ran a mile backwards in 5 minutes and 53 seconds, which is faster than 99% of people can run a mile forward. And I had plenty of energy left to do it faster. I just wanted to make sure I broke it. But I did it at my old college at University of Cumberland at their home track meet, at a college track meet with thousands of people there. Then my next record I broke was most chin-ups in 24 hours, which the average American can't do one chin-up now because the average American is obese, almost, you know? So therefore...
Hey, bro.
I feel targeted.
Come on, man.
So, it gives you... So, like, again, my whole process is to show, like, normalcies of things. Like, then I'm going to become the absolute world best at it. Like, again, 99% of people can't run, like, a mile forward in under 6 minutes. I'm going to show you how great I am. You know, like, I got sick and tired of being overlooked. I'll become so damn good you can't deny me anymore. So therefore, I don't look for simplistic things. That I look for goals that most humans would perceive to be impossible. So therefore, when I make it or break it, it then has a chance to highlight me to an opportunity to then get where I need to be. And I didn't do anything other than do stuff that I need to do to put me in a position to get where I need to be. And most people will now, like, and again, like, most people don't even know about my record. Most people don't know I'm missing an entire muscle in my leg. Most people don't know, like, all the stuff I've been through, because again, I don't use excuses. Like, it is what it is. Like, I have shit in front of me I need to do. Okay, how do I do? I got to get it done.
You know what's funny is that we've talked about it a lot, but that's a very big, like, David Goggins mentality type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to touch on that because Nick was actually telling me the story on the way over here, bro. So you were driving back home from a football game, right, on the bus?
Yeah. So it was our 8th game of the season. We were playing Belhaven in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And I actually hurt my leg at the end of the first quarter.
I had to help carry you off.
Yeah. So like, this is like about as true as it gets. Mm-hmm. So first quarter, I hurt my leg and it hurt, and I was like, damn, like something's wrong. But it's a big game. Like this game actually mattered in like conference championships and like everything to extent. So
yeah,
literally within like 10 minutes of playing, later they're kicking off to us, and I returned an 88-yard kickoff for a touchdown, like on my hurt leg.
Dude.
Then it's halftime. So halftime, I get the training crewed. I'm like, you got to do something with my leg. So they just wrap my entire leg tight with like ace bandages.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so just pain. And I remember, so I play the rest of the game, and like it's just painful the whole rest of the game. Like, I'm about 90% at this time, so I'm still better than my backup and everything. And I remember one of my coaches in the last drive, because we had to stop them. Like he's like, dude, like I see you limping out there. Like, are you okay? Like, dude, do you need to get you out? I was like, I'm good. And I literally stopped. At 4th and goal, they went for it. They threw to my guy, stopped it. Then our offense gets the ball. They drive down the field, and then we miss the field goal and we lose. But yeah, it would have been a great freaking story. I almost picked off the pass and missed. But and as soon as the game was over, all my adrenaline dropped, and I was just in instant pain. Like I wanted to go to the hospital right then and there. Yeah. But then I'm like, we got to drive back. Like
we play small school ball. Like
8 hour bus ride.
8 hour bus ride.
8 hour bus ride back. So we're riding back and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, this hurts. So somebody had some like Tylenol PM. I took 2,500 milligrams of Tylenol PM. Didn't help one bit. Still the entire time, like I'm in like excruciating pain for all 8 hours. Didn't sleep one bit. We get back at like 3-ish a.m. I go back to the room. I still at that time don't know what's wrong with me. I just know I'm in a lot of pain. I took like 3 shots of NyQuil. I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to go to sleep, man. Like, then I can't go to sleep then. So it's like 4:30. And then at that time, I gave my girlfriend the car for the weekend, who was Stephanie Quattro. Yeah. Like, she's on the basketball team and stuff. And I just start blasting her phone at like 4 a.m. I'm like, hey, like, you got to give me a car. Like I got to go to the hospital. Like, so I drove myself. I couldn't drive with my right leg. So I drove myself to the hospital with my left leg. I let her go back to sleep. Then they had to call on some specialists because we're in a small town, and like the specialist dude I'd wait for him to come in. My blood flow had been like shortened so bad because my calf swelled up from the intense swelling. My calf swelled up the size of my thigh, so it cut circulation off to my muscle for way too long by the time it went diagnosed. So my muscle in my calf, my peroneus longus, which controls inversion and eversion of your foot, so turning in and out, died. So they had to remove my entire muscle. At that point, I was told by the doctor, the team doctor and everything, like, you're not gonna be able to play sports again. I'm gonna give the muscle a chance. I'm gonna open it up again. I'm gonna give it a chance to like, hopefully it can get like revive itself or something. But like it's dead. Like, and when your muscle's dead, it's just dead.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give it up because like if they leave it in you, it's just gonna rot, and then you'll have to lose your whole leg. So they went in another time, and then I woke up and my muscle was gone. And so like I remember at that point, my dad, you know, before they went in, they're like, you know, my dad was like, are we allowed to do like a muscle transfer or something, you know, like something like this and that? Like, and they're like, no, sorry, I can't do anything like that. But I just remember having such, yeah. Well, like that was the thing. Is like I just remember having so much peace over me. Like when the person told me, I was like, no, I'll be all right.
You know what I remember about that is that like when we were all told that you would never be able to play again, we all just kind of looked at each other and we said, Brendan's not going to accept that answer. That's not going to be acceptable.
Yeah, and that's literally what it was.
Wild, dude.
So I ended up having 5 surgeries on my leg. It took like 2 just to close it because the like it was so open when they cut it. Like,
do you still have that picture?
Yeah. I'll send you so y'all can put it in this and whatever. It's gnarly, man. Like it's bad.
Insane.
I was awake for the whole thing because they had to do it. Like I'm like laying on the bed and they cut my leg open and like, well, the football team came the next day to like say hey, like give their like condolences and like all this. Well, they came at the perfect time. Like 10 of them came, and it was right when they changed my wraps. So they left my leg open, which it was like this wide open and this long, like this, like realistically this big, and left it open, and they would change the wrapping because it would just fill with all my fluid that was coming out. Well, all the teammates were there, and they got to watch it. And as soon as they took the wrappings off, like I felt like almost everyone threw up or passed out. And I'm over here just like
that
like,
room
like what's up,
yeah,
bro?
bro. I'm on some Dilaudid too, which is like one of the like heaviest drugs you can get. So like I can't do morphine because I like morphine made me like throw up or nauseous, but like Dilaudid is like so much stronger than morphine. It's like I understand why people are addicted to what's the one that you shoot up?
Any painkiller.
No, like
narcotics.
Like meth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like the lady would shoot me up with Dilaudid. I was allowed to have every 4 hours or whatever. And as soon as like they'd put it in my injection thing, I would feel it all go through and it'd just be like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was my night medicine. Like I was in the hospital for 11 days. I didn't want to be awake.
Yeah.
Like literally I was like every 4 hours I was like, hey, can I hit me up? Like,
what's
up? I'm trying to go sleep. I don't want to be here, you know? And that was the thing. But the really cool process with it was like I was, again, my career was supposed to be over. I got back to school like 2 weeks later. And that was kind of like during Thanksgiving-ish area or whatever. And I had a boot and I had crutches, and then I did everything to pain toleration, so I didn't listen to anybody else. I went in the training room. I tried to do like the elliptical, the bike. They wouldn't let me do anything. I was like, all right, screw you guys then. So after a while, like I started walking, and I was like, well, I can walk. All right, maybe I don't need my boot. Okay. So then I'd go down to the football field by myself, and I'd start walking without my like boot. And then pain toleration, that's fine. You know, next couple of days I'd start trying to like walk faster. Week I'd jog. Then it took me a month and a half to 2 months, and I was full speed.
Really?
And they told me I'd never be able to play again. And I ran the first track race of the college season in January, and before that, I wasn't technically an All-American, but my season. So the game I got hurt was my 8th season. I led the nation in almost every statistical category as a safety, kick return, punt return. I was having one of the most best statistics. Like that year, it was my sophomore season. I was also National Player of the Week. One game I had 21 tackles, 2 forced fumble, 2 pass breakups, and a pick in one game against Bethel.
Yep.
Yeah, and like that was one game.
Insane.
That was one game and stuff. And so like in my 8 games of playing, I was All-American, and I still led the nation in almost numerous categories. But I would have been, if I was able to finish that season, I would have been like the what they call it, like the Super Six, like the top 6 players in all of like the league. I would easily had that and stuff. But it is what it is. So like, because of that injury and because of my comeback, that's what got me on Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
You know, so everything is there for a reason. You know, stuff like I could have laid down and said, yeah, my career's over. Like, woe is me. But like, I identify like as an athlete. Like, that would have been horrendous. Like, I don't know how I would have dealt or coped with that. Like, nah, like, at the end of the day, I just, like what he just said is like, no, I'm good. Like, that's fine. Like, I'll be all right. Like, it is what it is.
That's wild.
So, like, again, the no doubt factor. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I know who my God is, and my God has no limits.
Yeah.
So therefore, who lives within me is greater than he who lives within the world, and my God lives within me. My God has no limits. So therefore, I'm limitless. You know, like my God has made me, blessed me to be powerful, bountiful, and blessed and running over. You know, and stuff.
Yeah.
So like therefore, God died on the cross. He healed me for my sickness, my diseases, my pains, whatever. It's nothing.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, so it's just you'll realize who has faith in life by the size of their goals. The humans that have humanistic goals most likely don't have a strong faith. You look at those people that have goals that are out there that most humans can't perceive to be impossible. I will almost guarantee you they believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
Because that's how it gets done.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't, again, like I believe in the power that my God has. I don't believe in the power that I alone have.
Yeah.
You know, me alone can only get so far. I'm human.
Yeah. That's incredible, dude. Honestly, that's a unique perspective, and I think that perspective is lost a little bit, obviously.
Well, especially nowadays.
Especially nowadays. But I mean, so I want to reel into one of our popular segments here, bro. So we have a segment on the pod. If you were in our studio right now, we have a big light in the back. It says, bad decisions make the best stories, or bad decisions make better stories, right? What is a bad decision that you have made that turned out to be something fantastic for you?
So, I mean, I'm someone that will openly admit, like, I've made numerous bad decisions in life. I am human. So, therefore, the best thing you can do is to learn from mistakes, and not repeat them. But he knows about one mistake that where I got kicked off the team and stuff. So it's a funny story. True. This is
as Nick starts giggling.
This is as true as it gets. Like in high school, I did nothing wrong. Like I was good kid. Like, and our coach even one time, like they always started the season with about. You know what weed smells like. You know what it look like. Don't be around it, blah, this and that. Well, so we just got done with nationals and track, and I had raced my ass off. Like my relay team was there, and like they handed the baton off to me. I was the third leg. They handed the baton off to me like 7th, 8th. I handed it off in first. Like I literally had the best race of my life. Hand off to my buddy Dre, who usually is clutch, and just choked. And so we didn't make it to the finals. So we went home. So we went home that night. Dre's like, hey man, you just want to come, you know, like it's just us. You just want to stay in my dorm tonight. Like, we'll watch a movie. I'm like, yeah, all right, sure, whatever. Well, one of our buddies that was on the track, or that was on the team too, he comes up and he's like, hey man, y'all want to smoke some weed or something like that? And I'm like, fuck it. At this point, I'm like, you know, like I'm down at this point. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, I'm down. So it was absolutely hilarious because we smoked. It's my first time ever smoking. And then we later, like, long story short, later we pick up like a friend from the track team who also is very innocent, more like me at that time, and oblivious to like smells and knowing that like it has a smell and stuff. So like we went to Wendy's, you know, we drive around and like we're in a small
Public
town. So like,
service
yeah.
announcement.
So like if you're in a small town, like sometimes they just pull you over for being out late.
Yeah.
And so that's what we got pulled over for. And the dude, the cop rolls down the window and he's like, whoo. Like, hey boys, like, and like, I'm oblivious to it, and so was the girl. But like, so like every guy in the car went to jail, and we bailed out the girl and said like, hey, listen, we just picked her up. She's completely oblivious to everything. Like, we'll take all the fault. Well, the funny thing is, like, Jay Bright and all the other people are in the drunk cell that night too. Like, almost like my entire college is like that night.
Listen, like, the thing people need to understand about this small town is
there's nothing to do. That's how you get in trouble. There's nothing to do. Like, so we, I spend the night in the drunk cell or drunk tank or wherever, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Well, I get bailed out the next day, and I get suspended for a whole year because of stuff. Well, I'm smart as well, in the sense to where, like, okay, you all suspended me, you all never drug tested me, you all never did it. The court cases got dropped against me and stuff because of my coach, and so like, I went back later, I'm like, no, I didn't smoke. Just people in the car smoked. You didn't drug test me. Drug test me now, I'll pass it. That was the first time I ever smoked.
Yeah.
And I was like, but the benefits that came out of it is just like learning experiences in life, and like knowing like you are not anything can pull you down at any point, so like you could think it's something simple, you could think it's something that doesn't mean anything, you can think like it's just this tiny little thing, but like it really could have costed me my career. Luckily I'm smart enough to like weasel ways out of certain things and stuff like that, and I mean like I don't think I should have been penalized for a whole year for like my first mistake. That it's something but I mean, it is what it is,
Yeah.
Like I learned from it and stuff, and it doesn't mean I haven't tried it since or anything to that extent. But like, it's just one of those things to where I was able to then learn from it and know that like my consequences affect other people too. Like, if I wasn't able to play that year, my team would have been affected. Like, when I don't play, my team is affected like I was a true leader on the field. Every aspect, like I played the most downs every game because I was on every special teams. I didn't get out. I didn't get taken out until we were up by 21 or 28 or whatever. But like I played every special team, did everything. You don't realize all the people that you affect from your decisions. So that's the benefit. Like, and one thing too is like people like my buddy or someone I know, like they committed suicide not too long ago, and in the sense of like mental health, like you don't know how, like that's the most selfish thing you can do is to kill yourself, take your own life, because you're leaving everyone else with the agony. You're leaving everyone with the pain. You're leaving everyone else with the responsibility of taking care of what you left behind.
Yeah.
And stuff. And so like that kind of is like more the learning lesson, like how you affect other people's from your actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man.
Absolutely.
I agree with you 100%. So, moving slowly past that, obviously that's a deep moment, man. But so let's gear towards your kind of now, your portion, right?
Yeah.
So how many fights have you done in Rough and Rowdy now?
So I've had 11 fights in Rough and Rowdy now. I'm 8-3. I lost to two guys. I lost to the same guy twice. Once, he kind of actually beat me. The second time, I fought him with a broken hand going into it, and he barely won. The third time I fought him, I knocked him down 5 times.
Really?
I knocked him down 5 times in 3 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that was a great like payback for me and stuff too. Like,
I was gonna say, what's your mindset when he's knocked down 5 times and you're ready? You're like, fucking.
Oh, well, here's the thing: is beforehand, so I had the belt that time. He had he had lost the belt. I won it from another dude. I got to challenge some dude. I offered dude $5,000 just to take the fight. I said, hey, if you beat me, I'll double your cash prize. I said, I'll give you $5,000 if you beat me. Just I want the belt opportunity, and I beat the shit out of him. And well, that's the thing is like I'm not when I put money up, I'm not betting money. I put $5,000 up because I knew it was a fucking win.
Yeah.
Like it's plain and simple. Like I knew. So here's the other thing too. Like, if someone is in front of you, that's the measuring table. I knew what the measuring table was, right? I knew I had to just beat that. Like, okay, that's fine. The bar was here. Now the bar for Rough and Rowdy is way up here. Like I've raised the level significantly higher because that dude I fought at the time was 21-2.
Yeah.
And he had beaten the guy that I recently fought twice in a row to get the belt. And people thought like, what made me fight him or what made me bet him was because Dave Portnoy, El Presidente, was like,
Shout out.
Yeah. He was like, this dude's like legit. We might have to, like, we're gonna have to find someone real to fight. And that was like goal orientation. I'm like, all right, you're my goal.
You're my goal.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, all right, y'all put the measuring bar out for me. Guess what? I've been too busy breaking world records to like put effort into this boxing shit. I was just doing it to win money. Okay, now y'all gave me a goal. I'll become the best in the world at this shit. And now I really am the best in the world at 1 minute. Like 1 minute rough and rowdy. So I've also started a YouTube series, which I'm starting. I broke my hand in my last fight.
Yeah.
So I've been letting it heal, and now it's healed. So I'm starting my YouTube series after this fight tomorrow. I got sick and tired of all these keyboard warriors talking shit online. And
I was gonna bring that up, dude.
yeah.
I got onto your Instagram.
Rolling over here, he pulls up. There's an application.
Yeah. So hey, listen, if you think you're cool enough to fight me, or like you want to win $1,000, hey, I will pay anyone $1,000 if they beat me in 5 1-minute rounds. But when I beat you, you bow down on camera. That way you know your fucking place. So that's the whole thing. Like, I'm sick and tired of all these people.
Yes.
Yes. Well, here's the thing is too many keyboard warriors keep people away from their dreams and their passion that don't have a mindset or fortitude like me. Like,
God,
I don't care what anybody else.
Preach right now.
Yeah, I don't care about what anyone else says about me. I know who I am. I know what I have to offer. I know my mission. I know who I am, what I'm here to do. But there's so many people that don't. And there's so many people that weren't raised in the right manner to understand that they have a purpose and a place in this world. And there's so many people out there that are affected by the people's words. So listen, like, you never thought you were stupid until someone called you stupid, right? Right?
Yeah.
Preach.
All right. Same thing. So it's in a sense like you didn't think that dream was out of reach until too many people started telling you it, or like, oh, you're not good enough. Well, of course I'm not good enough. I just started. But at the end of the day, like, no YouTuber with 1 million followers is going to make fun of you for starting your first YouTube video. Only the haters in this world will.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not going to make fun of anybody that, like, all these boxers that were here yesterday or like today and stuff, they're all influencers that want to box and stuff. And they all start coming, like, if you present yourself in a presentable manner to me and show respect to me, I'll be your friend. I give 0 fucks who you are or whatever. But you wanna present yourself as a challenge or like something. All right, cool, congrats. Like, you just made an enemy, or you made like someone that's not gonna put you in their life. Like,
yeah.
I don't put people in my life that aren't gonna do anything but bring me benefit in the same sense as, like, I only hang out with the sick and hungry. The people that are sick and tired of being where they're at, and the people that are hungry enough to do something about it.
Dude, I got a faithful juice off this fucking podcast
fuck yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
Fuck
Dude.
yeah, dude.
I'm ready to rock, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, amazing. So, how many belts have you won so far?
I got 6 right now.
Got 6. You're going for 7 tomorrow, like you said, right?
Yeah, and then I got my 8th in September 23rd. I fight for my MMA belt in Lexington.
Okay.
Yeah.
155 MMA belt. I've only fought 1 MMA fight, but my background now gives me enough to like step on the plate wherever I want. But my first MMA fight was only 12 seconds.
What did you do?
I just hit somebody with a mean left hook. Like, the dude,
What's that feeling of knocking somebody the
Literally
fuck
gonna
out?
ask that.
and so that's why I do. That's why I do this stuff.
Before you do that, let's create a different context though, because he's got a point. Like, some people do it and they talk shit. Like, people have been in street fights and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Dude, what's it like going out under the lights? You get in the ring or you get locked in a cage, and 12 seconds later, all of a sudden, you're fucking doing backflips and you're fucking living your best life, and this dude's on the ground. Like, what is going through your mind?
It's probably it's a feeling that you can't replicate. So like, I'm a huge athlete. Like, I played football, ran track, multi All-American. I played at the kind of highest level of that you can, almost, in certain senses, you know. There's nothing that replaces the feeling of fighting. Yes. So at the end of the day, I quit team sports because I was sick and tired of people not putting in the same effort as me and letting me down.
Yep.
So like, with fighting and stuff, the only person I can blame for a loss is myself.
Yep.
Same sense of the only person I can blame for a win is, or the only person I can not blame, or I can give kudos to for a win is me. You know, yeah. So, but there's nothing more satisfactory to me, someone that is about as primal as you get, that having the exact same goal as someone that stands in the opposite corner of you and then beating living shit out of them. Like, it's just like, it's literally just like, hey,
this shit.
I sunned you. You know, like that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna sun this motherfucker.
Clip that.
Like, it is what it is.
That's fucking dope, bro.
Yeah. So that's it's a great feeling. So like I'm someone as well. Like, this world is way too sensitive and way too soft now. Like I'm someone that's all about like, hey, I busted my ass to become this good. I'm gonna celebrate all over you. Like when I score, I got flagged every time. Because I celebrated. I spiked.
Facts.
I did a flip. I did like this. I'm like, well, listen, you're mad that I got in the end zone and I got flagged because you stop me. That's your fucking job.
Bro.
Your job is to stop me.
Bro, you know what? Greatest thing. So I'm a huge Carolina Panthers fan. Fucking huge. Probably number one in Florida,
Sorry.
right? Swear to God. Remember 2015, Cam Newton, NFL MVP,
Yeah.
right? And they voted him number one player in the fucking league. There was 2 defensive players on that little skit that they made. You know, they do the video of everybody.
Yeah. Vote for-
They were like, hey, man, he's dabbing on everybody. Stop him.
Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Fucking stop
I'm going to rip my chest open because I'm Superman.
Exactly.
You know, like, you can't stop me.
That's
So
what I'm fucking talking about,
That's the thing is like, so my next opponent that I'm supposed to fight in RoughnRowdy in Providence, like December 9th, he's a cool dude. His name's Lord Burns. He's a really good athlete, and I'm really excited to fight him because people think he's good, and you know, it's like so. Therefore, it's a quality opponent. Yeah. But he came back from a fight one time, like he knocked a dude out and put the dude in a seizure, and he flipped like after without knowing the guy was a seizure, and he came back and he was crying and stuff, and he like felt bad, and I was like, and right then and there, I was like, you're too much of a bitch for this sport. Like I was like, at the end of the day, like if you get in the ring with me, I'll kill you. Like, yeah, like, all right, I'm not gonna like brag about killing someone, but like, I will feel no sorrows, no, like that's just me. Like that, you knew what could happen going into the ring.
Potential worst case scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And so at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to hit you hard. I'm trying to knock you out. I'm trying to incapacitate you. Like, I'm gonna feel bad because I did my job. No, like you and your team should feel bad for not preparing you. Like to like you. That's the thing too. Is like do research into your opponent. Like I'm not a normal person. Like all these, like that's the whole thing about this influencer scene. That's hilarious to me. It's like, wait, you're telling me I got to fight people that just think they're good? Okay, yeah. I'm down for that road. like get me with the KSIs and the Jake Pauls of the world. Okay, yeah, you guys are decent, but you're not better than these professional boxers.
Yeah,
like I would much rather fight a Jake Paul than a Canelo.
Yeah,
you know, and then that's the sense. Same as like Crawford. I'd rather fight like any of these guys in the influencer scene. That those guys are legit. Those guys are real. Those guys would beat the living shit out of me. But I'm already equivalent to Jake Paul's skill.
Yeah,
you know, like, and he has. Oh, here's the crazy thing too. This is where I'm gonna get. This is what Barstool's gonna eventually do for me because I'm gonna get it out of him. I don't have a coach. I don't have a trainer.
Yeah,
I broke all my world records on my own, training myself. I've gotten this good at boxing on my own. Yes, I've had people that have helped me, you know, and thank you for those people that helped me. You know, like I'm not saying it's been completely on my own, but I mean, like at this point in my life, I've maybe had mitts held for me 10 times in my life.
Yeah.
You know, almost every boxer has mitts held, like someone that's training has mitts held for them.
Every session.
At least twice a week. And so most people also don't understand, and I didn't understand this until I started, like, again, I'm someone that just does whatever the hell I need to do to get where I need to be. I would show up at all these fights, and I show up by myself. Like, and people are like, oh, like, do you have a corner man? Like, do you this and that? And I'm like, and it was funny because, like, my buddy who essentially kind of, like, is the most representative of my coach, he came to one of my fights. He's been to, like, 2 of them. And he was trying to warm me up one time. I'm like, oh, I just normally just like punch the wall to warm up, like while this other guy's fighting. And he started cracking up at me and stuff. I'm like, well, I mean, it's just what I do, man.
Just like I did right now.
She's like, yeah. And he's everyone has a fun ass time watching me prepare and stuff because they're like, dude, you don't do anything like the way you're supposed to. You know, like I was like, yeah.
Speaking of which, what's with the American flag loafers, man?
Okay, so they're flofers.
They're flofers.
So yeah, so the guy that I was telling you about that beat me twice, and I knew I was significantly better than him. And beforehand, he drinks, and so I guess he got liquid courage one time, and he wrote online basically how he wanted to humble me. So I was like, I went on an interview kind of like this before, and I said, listen, this guy, I was like, I'm significantly better than this guy. I was like, he wants to humble me. You know, I was like, I'm gonna fight this man in sandals. So I knocked that dude down 5 times in flofers. Like, I'm not even joking. And in the fights, like in between rounds, I'm talking to Dave and Big Cat. I'm like, look at my shoes. I'm fighting him in flofers. And they're like, he must be selling these shoes or something. I'm like, you can't hear me. I'm like, I beat this dude in flofers. Well, beforehand, and one of the coolest edits my guy made over there.
Yeah.
So beforehand, the guy told me, so I'm someone that's big about betting. You know, like, the guy said, he wanted to humble me. I said, you know what's the most humbling thing? I said, loser bows down in front of everyone while the winner gets the belt put on him. Let's do that. And he hit me with a great line that you can't really come back from. He's like, you know, like he gave me the God line, like, yeah, I bow to no man. And it's like, oh, shit, you just ended it there. Like, I'm not, like, I'm a Christian, so like, I'm not going to like get like stupid with it or whatever. But I'm so glad he said that line. He's like, I bow to no man. Because in the fight, I hit him so hard, he bowed on his knees and he's like this with his hands out. And we have the edit, and it's all, I'll show you it after this or whatever. I'll give it to you. And it's like, it's boom. He's like, I bow to no man. It's like, oh yeah, you think that? It's me
famous
saying that.
last words.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you think that?
Last words.
And then it's him getting hit. Boom, and it's him like this. And then it pauses. It pauses, and it goes back to, and you hear his voice say, "I bow to no man," and it gives like the "in the arms of." Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
That's fantastic, dude. Bro, that's insane. Yo, thank God for video editing, dude. Right? That's what makes our lives so fucking hilarious, dude. I fucking love the internet. Oh man, so needless to say, dude, your journey has been one that's just iconic, and it's funny because like Nick's telling me a little bit about your story, and I immediately, the moment he told me that he knew you, I was like, bro, just hook a brother up. Like, we got to get him on the pod, right? We got to get him. So, number one, dude, I got to tell you, this is an amazing experience already, just because I can tell you your mentality is something that's so unique. And I understand it. I understand it a little bit differently than an athletic sense, because when it comes to like my financial drive,
it's 100%.
It's 1,000%. Like, with me, I will do whatever it takes. I want to provide.
Well, it's also because what I'm reading on your hat, you're a dad.
Absolutely.
So therefore, you have a why.
Yes, 1,000%, bro. And those two, when I'm done and I'm gone, like, I want to leave the world to them. I want to leave so much stuff to where it's you walk into a role where it's not a 9 to 5. It's now you're a CEO. Like, that's what I want to build for these kids, right? And I can see that you have such a unique mindset, right? And your mindset is like, okay, problem. It's like, here's the problems that are coming directly at you, and you're just like, all right.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did you learn that mentality?
So my father and the church I was raised in, my mother has always been supportive of me as well, but she's the more pessimistic side. But my dad and I are a lot, like, we think almost I'm pretty much his like mini me, but in all honesty, I'm the better version, because my father gave me a footstep above. You know, he taught me the lessons he learned, and I didn't have to go through the same shit he went through. So my dad was a bad kid. Like, my dad was oldest in his family. My dad literally broke his dad's jaw. Like, my dad was a druggie. My dad was like everything. He was bad. He went to the military, you know, turned his life around. Then was trying to score with some girl one time, and she invited him to church. He turned his life around. Then eventually he met my mom, who was like a good girl and stuff, like all-state band kind of like good girl, like, and everything. That played in the Macy's parade, all that. And then so my father, he got a relationship with God, and got more and more and more. And eventually, you know, at one point in his life, he asked God to take his anger away and stuff. And I've never seen him mad. My parents just celebrated their 35th anniversary, and I've never seen my parents, 40th anniversary. And I've never seen my parents argue in my entire life. So, like,
shout out to your parents. That's
100%.
amazing.
So it's all about selfless service and putting your partner in front of your own wants and needs. So in the sense of like again, like I don't need anything, you know, like, and my father, like he's someone that like he never asks, he doesn't want Christmas presents. He doesn't want like birthday presents. He doesn't want people to spend like, he'd rather just have time. He'd rather just have, you know, something like I don't need you to buy me anything. Like I'm happy. Same stuff with me. Like unless you can truly get me something that's going to benefit me, like save your money, you know, like,
yeah.
But that's the thing is like, the stuff I want's like $300, you know, like at the end of the day, like cool, like yeah, I'd rather just go out to eat with you, you know, something like that. And you start realizing if you're able to. So again, like I've decided to live the world rather than just exist in it like most humans.
Yep.
So because I've decided to live the world, I've got to experience the world and I understand it. So because my father and my mother and stuff, they've always backed me in things I've done. I've never had a fear to go for anything. And because I've gone for things, I've got to live life. And because I've got to live life, I've got to meet so many cool people. I've got to share stories. The biggest thing of what made me realize of how different I was in life than was people was when I started my last journey of starting my gym. And while I was meeting all these parents that were coming, and I was sharing my story, and they're like, dude, like how, like you're so motivational. You're so crazy. Like this and that. And I'm like, really? I was like, I'm just literally doing the stuff I need to do.
This is my way
like,
of life.
Yeah. And then, but like, so another cool thing, like I've been prophesized over three times in my life that have been like straight up to me. And the last time in my life, I went to a random church I'd never been to before. I was just kind of checking out and stuff. And I walk in, I walk out, you know, I do the whole service. And as I'm leaving, it's like grandma, 60 to 70 years old, was like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I don't know what it was, but like, as soon as you walked in, you just had this like glow around you. Like you had this aura, or I don't know what it was. But then God just started talking to me. I'm like, okay, like, yeah. And he's like, I don't know what type of fish you were or anything, but you were this high-end fish. And like, God was descaling you, cleaning you up, cutting you, getting ready to serve to the people. And like, long story short again, like, I was like, you know what? Thank you. Like, essentially you're the third person to tell me this parable, but in a different way. Yeah. Like, but I don't get it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how do I get there? And she was like, well, what I understand is he's getting you ready. He's descaling you. He's cleaning you up. He's getting you ready to serve to the people. And at that point I was like, okay, all right, that makes more sense. You know, like, all right, well, I mean, how do I get to that point? I'm like, shit, I got to learn how to talk. I was such a simplistic person. Like, again, like I'm a doer. Like I'm a straight athlete. Like I didn't do school. Like, I mean, like I did school. Like I did what was needed to do to get, like, I mean, like I'm very smart. I'm very intelligent. But I'm like, I paid attention and I reciprocated what I needed to do to get the job done. But then I started listening to people I started listening to all motivational speakers. I started listening to all the people that like share the same messages. And for the first time in my life, these last 3 years, I never got to meet any of these people, but I've got to listen to people that are the only people that I've ever experienced that have the same mindset as I do.
Yeah.
And it's been so beneficial. And because of that, their words became mine, and I'm able to say all the cool one-liners. I'm able to translate everything to my story. I'm able to talk so much better. And it's because I got that message, and then I sought out how to get there, you know, stuff. And it's like, well, I gotta learn how to talk. I gotta learn how to have my message reach people better. But then throughout the process as well, I learned like my message isn't for everybody. My message is for the lions out there. Like I'm not here for the sensitive people. Like, so someone sent me the song the other day too. Especially it was perfect timing, and that's cool how God works in mysterious ways and stuff. So I had an argument with my sister-in-law because she's someone that doesn't have as much self-esteem, self-confidence, but I exuberate it, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people will find the way if they see snippets of me, will find me to be very arrogant, cocky. They'll find me to think I'm too good for my own shit, you know, like, and stuff. And she started trying to challenge me on shit. And I was like, what? Like, she tried to be like, I didn't even know you believed in God. And like, I was like, what? Okay. And so like, I could tell she was getting emotional. So I walked away from the situation and stuff. And it is what it is. But then like a day later, someone I hadn't talked to in a couple months, who's like a good friend, and stuff, sent me this song by I don't know. It sent me a song, and they're like, "Hey, this reminds me of like your life, like of your story." And I'm like, "Okay." So I listened to it, and then I go look up the word. So it's Prince Fallman.
I was about to say, please tell me it's a Jelly Roll song.
No, it's Prince Fallman Jericho. And like, so I instead of listening to a song, I would look up the lyrics, and the chorus is, "I'm not here to be humble. I'm here to break down walls like Jericho." Right?
Yes.
I'm not here to be humble. And people want to say, "Oh, pride is a sin." Pride is like, no. Well, here's the thing: is like y'all are depicting, y'all putting pride in its own thing and saying it like, yes, I have pride in the work I put in. Yes, I have pride in my God, my Father, I have pride in, yes, I have pride in the steps I take forward. Yes, I have pride in everything I do. I put my pride stamp in Brendan Kelly and whatever I do.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Is like, you want to take that away from me?
I was gonna say,
you want to say I'm less or something like you. It's like, wait, because you're so sensitive, and you want me to lessen myself and say, hey, it's okay for you to be less yourself.
Yep.
It's like, no, I'm gonna hold you to a standard.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's great.
See, I agree with that, and I think that's where, because we've actually talked about this particular subject quite a few times on a lot of our episodes now. So, excuse me there, but we've talked about it, and we've related it to the idea of entitlement. We've related it to the idea of laziness. We've related it to a lot of different things. But I mean, ultimately, one thing that I believe, when somebody walks in the door and they just exude the confidence, right?
Yeah.
My light is supposed to shine bright so that your light can shine brighter with me.
Exactly.
That's
Absolutely.
the idea.
So I'm a very bright flame. So yeah, a parable that I saw that was awesome to me. So like,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. So like, you take a lighter and you light it, right, and it lights. Well, then you put it in this glass, and like you fill the glass up, and like you're like, oh, here's what this is. Everybody to begin with, they got a bright flame, right?
Right.
All right, you put it in a glass, an empty glass. Then you start slowly pouring water in. You're like, this thing in life hit you. This thing in life hit you. This thing in life hit you. Well, then the lighter's full. You take the lighter out, it won't light anymore.
Yeah.
But you put another lighter next to it that has its flame on, and as soon as you touch it, that light goes back
It
on.
lights right back up.
And that's the thing. It's like, I'm blessed in the person I am. I'm here to light other people on fire. Like, my fire shines so bright to put other people on fire, to help them see what they're capable of.
That's a fucking metaphor right there.
Absolutely.
Bro. That shit's dope, dude.
One of the
Dude,
best,
like
yeah.
literally, as you're like talking about this, I think about all the times, like, us coming up together, and like essentially our young adulthood is, watching you play on defense. Hell, when you first came, watching you play on offense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, shit, like going up between, I still have that picture.
Oh,
of
yeah.
You going up
That's
between,
three, yeah.
like, two
Dude, it's one of the
fucking
coolest
dudes.
pictures. That's three.
Three.
I mossed three dudes
Like-
at once. Literally, like, jumped up.
Dude.
It has the picture, caught it over a dude's head, and two other dudes are hanging on me.
Yeah,
It's
like
one of
fucking
it's one of the
greatest
coolest
pictures. Because I used to like be one of those, like, trying to think I was like this cool little dude with like a little Kodak camera, like hold the lens open to like get the perfect shot at the right time.
Yeah.
This was one of those times.
That's
but
dope, bro.
no, like I was bringing that up because like every single moment that you've ever talked about being that, like, the reason why Cumberland's did so good is like not only were we all like good athletes, we were great athletes, but there's always that one person that's just that 1% better.
Yeah.
That brings you up, that everybody can rally around. So, that instance in that catch, or that instance against Bellhaven, where it's like you were literally putting the entire fucking team on your back and like saying, dude, I'm literally operating with one fucking leg here. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
let's
everything
go
I can.
win this
Yeah.
shit,
Dude.
Yeah, and so that's one thing is like,
That's insane.
Realistically, like, all you need in teams are tryhards. Like, if you give me a team of 11 tryhards, I guarantee you we're going to win a lot of games.
Fuck yeah.
Because I can coach tryhards.
That's so funny because whenever I did coach, I called the same exact thing, but I called it no limit. Mm-hmm. I need 11 no limit players. That's it. There's no such thing as a limitation.
Well, that was in middle school and high school. and stuff. That was the thing people threw at me, like, "Oh, you're such a tryhard." And it's like, wait.
Hell yeah, I'm a try hard.
Wait, why were we playing this game?
Yeah.
You know, like,
fuck around?
Yeah, like, did you not want to win?
Did Michael Jordan win how many rings by not fucking trying hard?
So, man, God, dude, I gotta tell you, dude, your journey, number one, is inspiring. Your mentality is inspiring as fuck. There's zero doubt about it, dude. Like, it's insane. Now, obviously, do me a favor.
Yeah.
List out so you run businesses as well, obviously, besides just fight. What are, look at that, everything's just tipping over. Like,
Oh no!
Catastrophe.
Why is the rum gone?
So you've obviously been just as ambitious in your business life, and I don't necessarily want to break all this stuff down, but I do. One thing I do want you to do. Go ahead and give a shout out to everything that you do as far as business wise. What businesses are you running right now and do you have going on?
So right now, I'm full into my main business, Ultimate Ninja Athletics, in Lexington, Kentucky. So
That's
one
the
of
name of your gym? The Ultimate
Ninja Athletics is the name of my gym. Yeah, so it's Ultimate Ninja, but in Lexington, Kentucky. So I'm like 3 blocks from Rupp Arena where the UK Wildcats play.
Yeah.
Like basketball and stuff. But that's my main thing right now. I plan on opening another 2 coming up. And my goal is to retire in the next 5 years by hiring me in each position to carry out the message, attitude, and stuff that I'm bringing. So like my tagline of my gym is ultimate goal better than yesterday. Ultimate goal better than yesterday. So if you're better than yesterday in some form or fashion, physically, spiritually, or mentally, you're working on becoming the ultimate version of yourself. So the really cool thing is I have a great opportunity to impact a lot of young children and stuff. So like my camps, like I'm actually also starting a program called the Lion's Den. I'm gonna teach people how to be winners through goal orientation, motivation, how to deal with critics, how to deal with failure, how to deal with haters, everything that it takes to like fortify a man or woman. I don't care. Like you can be a man or woman. You want to be successful. It's all the same principles. And it's one of the things where you just have to constantly just back yourself. And at the end of the day, like put whatever you want against me. Like I have to succeed to get where I need to be. Right. Like, like you can put you can put whatever you want against me. You can put whatever I guarantee you I can like E.T. Go listen to E.T. Eric Thomas. Any like main
don't pull up Eric Thomas right now because your boy I'll fucking
Jocko.
freak out.
Nah. Like fuck.
Well, that man was homeless.
Yeah.
You know even what's his name? Steve Harvey was homeless.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like I can find all these inspirational, great people that maybe people don't know their main story, but like these people were eating out of trash cans, like, and they made it. So therefore, you're telling me I can't? Like, no, get the hell out of here. Like, it's just who wants it more. So it's not a lack of skill. It's not a lack of. It's a lack of will, and that's the thing. It's like even
Clip.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but that's the thing. Is like realistically, like who wants it more? Like, you can be successful in anything you want if you're willing to put in the work to become one of the world's best at it.
I feel you. So I have a serious question for you right now. Number one. What inspired you to have the world's greatest mustache?
That was actually easier than
this one's easy.
Yeah. So Ninja Warrior taught me a very valuable lesson, and it is that you have to constantly market yourself. So Ninja Warrior taught me because I did well in the first 3 seasons, then I didn't get a callback for a couple times, and I was like, what? And people kept getting callbacks that weren't as good as me and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, they just talk a lot. Like they just got something to show. It don't matter if you're good. This world right now is about like clout and like who can yell the loudest
and what attracts the most attention.
Yeah. So and that's the thing is like it's all the whoop law and blah blah this and that. And it's like. Okay, so I found out, and I was like, all right, well, I grew out my beard. When I started fighting, I had a beard, and then I was like, okay, and I did really well. I landed the flip, right?
Yeah.
That's what started the mustache. Once I landed the flip, I was like, okay, I grew out it, and then I shaved my beard, and I was like, I can pull this off.
This right here.
And then I started doing it, and I was like, this is a marketing tool.
Yes.
So whether you love me or hate me, you'll never forget me. And that's one of the most important things in the world is it's not what you know, it's who you know and who can put you in a position to be seen by someone that give you an opportunity to show what you're worth.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's insane, bro.
Any mustache competitions in the future?
I'm actually in the World Games next summer.
Dude.
Like,
I was gonna say you.
Death Grip Mustache Wax is one of my sponsors.
One of your.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, Death Grip Mustache.
Yes.
Shout out Death Grip Mustache Wax. They are, in all honesty, like the best mustache wax I've experienced.
So in other words, I'm gonna cut that, send it to you, and then we're gonna advertise for them.
Perfect.
So you had another boy, another dude, in your crew,
Jacob. Yeah,
rocking it, bro.
So the really cool thing is I met him from Death Grip Mustache Wax.
Really?
So Death Grip Mustache Wax, they're my sponsor. Well, they sent him out because he was their media guy. And then him and me hit it off. And he's like the younger version. He's like the 24, 25-year-old version of me.
Yeah.
Like he just got a little less balls at this time and stuff. And it's a work in progress. I mean,
there you go.
He knows who he is. He's really he's ambitious. He don't care. I'll tell anything just straight to his face. It don't matter. I've told him this numerous times. I feel like you're just a younger version of me. But the funny thing is, we look a lot alike.
Yeah.
This guy has a mustache like me and a face like me. It's hilarious. So many people have we've done the switch, the
switcheroo.
Yeah. And when I go to events and he's there and I leave, people are like, "Hey, Ninja," to him all the time. It's hilarious. And so we
have fun with it when you got out of the car.
Yeah.
All he said was, dude, just look for the stash. I saw the stash.
And you're like, I saw, hey, mustache. I heard
said,
that.
Hey, that's him right there.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's the thing is, so at the end of the day, you don't forget those people, right?
Yeah. There's no doubt.
There's
no doubt.
When I go out, I'm the pretty girl at the bar.
Listen, dude.
I have guys like you buy me drinks.
You know what? Fuck, I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a drink, baby. Let's do it. Let's fucking go. So, God, dude, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't want to wrap this up at all, but we unfortunately got to.
To be continued.
To be continued. Now, here's what we're gonna have to do. Number one,
I'll be wearing that belt next time.
Yes, you'll be wearing the belt, dude. You got to bring the belt next time we show up on.
100%.
Right there. Just
I'm fine.
Wear all 7 of them.
Yeah, I'll bring it next time. So I'm fighting for EFC again. They're rebranding. So I'll fight for them again next time after I win this. I'm going to fight for IFL too. I don't know where they're located. But today, when my guy backed out, I had to weigh in against Jacob.
Yeah.
The other mustache dude. Which is hilarious. And then the ICB people tell me afterwards, they're like, dude, we don't care who you fight for this. We want you as our champ. And they already knew I was going to beat the guy. That's why he backed out too. He knew he was going to lose too. But I fight some other guy. I'm going to beat the crap out of him. It don't matter. But after I win the belt and stuff, the really cool thing, again, I'm doing this all to publicize myself and grow my name, because when I grow my platform, that helps me do other things.
Yeah.
So when you win the ICB belt, the Influencer Championship boxing belt, they start promoting you. Then they're an international, the people that are for the belt, they flew over from Great Britain or England or something like that. Yeah.
Holy shit! Dude.
Wow.
So that's going to be the big dogs.
So they've got a decent following online and stuff too.
So here's how we go, bro. So we're gonna, like I said, I don't want to do. Next time we do it, I'm gonna have a few more in depths. I want to dive a little bit deeper into Ninja Warrior. I want to dive deeper into some other things. But I got to be honest, bro. Introducing you, especially to our fan base and just this platform in general, bro, I am in fucking instant fucking fan, dude.
Hell yeah.
I fucking love it. Your mentality is incredible. So we are going to wrap it up. So every episode we wrap up, we always do what we call a Spice of the Week, right? Sponsored by Joe's Backyard Smokehouse. So that is the one thing in your week, in the last week, that has made your week just a little bit better. And the reason we do it, number one, is so that we can show people, hey, look at the little things, maybe look at the big things. Sometimes there's that little thing that just makes you oh, fuck, I got through this week. Thankfully I had this. Yeah. Right? Just something like that. So we're going to start. We'll start at the end here.
Starting with
Nick. We'll start with Nick. Yep. So what is your Spice of the Week, brother?
Dude, my Spice of the Week is my oldest daughter, Liana.
How old is she?
See, this is deep and adorable already.
Deep, dude. Uncle Brucky over there. No, she is 6 years old. She is the light of my life. And honestly, yesterday when she came up to me when she was leaving the house, she said, "Daddy, you're the best.
That's awesome.
I love you so much. Thank you for everything."
Yes,
And-
that can't be a better it can't be a better inside joy.
No, like
No.
that. Like I literally
Right.
just
Amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I stopped everything that I was doing.
I got
and
goosebumps
just,
from that.
Yeah.
That's all I want in life.
You know, like I literally stopped everything that I was doing just to like sit back in my office chair and like just look at her and be like, wow, that you know,
That's a
got
big
me,
one.
You know, so
I love that. That's a fucking fantastic spice of the week, bro.
Oh yeah.
What you got, brother?
My spice of the week would be, I guess. So again, like I told you all earlier, like I'm normally 90% of my fights I show up alone. I had 3 people come with me, or I got another one coming. I got 4 people coming with me to show up in a place that is essentially like 10 hours away from my home. So that's really cool. I love it's very awesome when you get support for like what you're doing and stuff. It's cool meeting the people and stuff that you know they support you and stuff. But like it's a difference when it's like you get to share the experience with friends and family. Like I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, you know what, like half my life, like, or when I go do all this stuff, yes, it's joyful to me, but like I don't get to share it with anybody. Like, and so at that point, it's a trapped image in my own mind, you know, stuff like that. And it's like I'm someone that I was never meant to be alone, but like in the day, like if I go on a cool trip or you go on a cool trip, like it could be cool, but like it is not nearly as impactful if you aren't there with like a significant other of some sort.
absolutely.
Right. And I get to share this time with my dad. Actually, you know what the highlight of my week is? Yeah, this is
Here we go.
all right. So this is
Spice
really,
of the week,
No,
baby.
this is the true spice of the week. So this is really, 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 really cool. So my dad, I've felt him be in my corner my entire life. So I made him a corner man for this fight.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. So
That is cool.
So it's really
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
I just asked to do yesterday. I said, hey man, I was like, can I have my own corner man? I like, just give me the name, blah, blah, blah. I was like, so I made him my corner man and stuff. And I was like, I haven't said it like that to my dad or anything yet, but I was like, you know what, like, because I don't even think I'll use my corner, you know, like, but like at the end of the day, to have him in my corner physically while he's been there, like the entire actually physically time as well, just not depicted or seen.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
truly
stuff.
special.
So
moment.
it's gonna be a really fun time, especially like my dad has dealt with a lot of like physical health problems over the last 5 to 10 years. He's been through a whirlwind. If you meet my dad, you'll understand who the hell I am because of him and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool in that sense, and I'm gonna really enjoy it. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's fucking phenomenal. That's a
Bruckster,
great spice, dude.
what is your spice,
See,
man?
that's the problem. Every time we get to me on every fucking episode, I got some bullshit to follow. Some
You do,
great
man.
Shit. Every fucking episode.
I like those Cheetos I had today.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I ate some Starburst, and that shit was delicious. All right. No, so this particular week, we had, well, actually, it was a little bit more than a week ago, but it was, we had a birthday party for the kids.
Yeah.
And everybody got to come over, and we had a backyard cornhole tournament. Nick was there, did the whole shebang. You know what I'm
Beat
saying?
that ass.
And there was at one point before the fact where Brooke got a little too drunk. There was a point before that where we're all sitting out back and we're just having a good time, and it was just like you're embraced with like family and friends and shit.
Yeah.
And nothing else in the world mattered. Like even if like wins and losses, financial stuff, problems, all this, just you're like, bro, I'm having the best fucking time around the best people that I love.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is life.
This is life, baby.
This is life.
And it was just that one kind of hit me a little bit when we were kind of chilling, and I was like, bro, this is it.
That's
love this
awesome,
shit.
man.
So that hit me deep, and that was my definite spice of the week. So
Oh yeah.
as we
man.
wrap up, man, do me a favor. stay right in there and shout out. I want you to give a shout out to number one, yourself, your team. Shout out all your socials. Shout out your businesses. I want you to put everything on the platform and tell everybody where they can go find you, dude.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. So my name is Brendan Kelly. Online, I'm the American Ninja. So again, I do Ninja Warrior, all that stuff. I box for Barstool Sports. I own my own gym, Ultimate Ninja, in Lexington, Kentucky. You want to watch the fights upcoming? It's efcboxing.com, pay-per-view. I'm going to be winning my 7th belt tomorrow. Champ is here.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, right. But I just appreciate you all and for having me out here. It was good to see you, Nick. Great to meet you and stuff. I just love sharing times with people that like to enjoy life and have a positive outlook on it.
Fucking love it, dude. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you guys, if you get a chance, go up, subscribe to all of his socials, right? Check out all the stuff that he's got online. And make sure you guys become a fan, because I'm telling you right now, if you sat through the entire podcast, I don't know how you could not be a fan of this dude. So make sure you go check him out. And with that, we are out.
Yes, sir. Have a blessed one.
2 dimes and a token. You make Rosie.